I can't do it. The whip sound for the intro on this blade, nah, I'm not feeling it. It's reserved for those really awesome blades. And this is just kind of funky. The Cold Steel Paradox. It is. It has some really great things about it, but this ain't one of them. The opening of a standard unmodified Cold Steel Paradox is funky, slow, awkward comes to mind. Now, you guys know, there are so many Cold Steel knives I just rave about. If you don't, you got a lot of catching up to do here in the Knife Show TMP. Dig into the playlists. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. I should make a playlist entitled Cold Steel Knives because I've reviewed so many of them. It's time to review the Paradox, aptly named because in a lot of ways it is a paradox for me personally. There's, again, some really cool things I'm going to cover about the knife, but here's the Gryvery version. That ain't one of them. Let's jump into this. It's the 1,000-pound elephant in the room. This is meant for localities, for people who want a balisong or butterfly knife. They cannot own one. They love the looks, they love the presentation of a balisong, and lo and behold, it's illegal wherever they live. They go out and buy a Paradox. That's why Cold Steel put it together, right? And like I alluded to, there are modifications that people do to them to turn them into butterfly knives. Now, if you've been in the Knife Show for a while, watched my vids for a while, you may know and recollect that I'm not a huge butterfly fan. I think they were huge in the 80s. I think they're cool. Guys who are skilled at using them, yeah, it's cool looking. Is it practical? And usually I'm all about practicality. In this case, if I'm talking about a fighting blade, getting it out of my pocket, dude, I am not dinking around with a butterfly. Sorry, my mileage, my show. That's how I feel. Now the guys, oh, I'm so fast with my butterfly. It is an advanced mechanical skill, right? So I don't know. Under stress levels, no. I'll do a waveable knife, a standard folding knife, an auto knife. My EDC right now is an Edge Shimp Persian. I mean, it just comes out faster for me than a balisong. Enough said. I don't want the review to go there, but in case guys are wondering, that's how I fall out. That's why you haven't seen a balisong review, butterfly review, whatevs. I've gotten lots of requests. Hey, review the Benchmade 42, 62. I've talked about them with the company. We've shown them, but I haven't done a formal tabletop review. I don't know. Just, I ain't feeling it, man. No whip sounds for those either. Sorry. That's just the way it is. And that'll take us to philosophy of use for the Cold Steel Paradox. What do you use this knife for? I think first, going back to what we introed with, it's a facsimile for a butterfly knife. Guy wants it, can't have it. It's not a butterfly. It doesn't, in its standard stock form, deploy like one, obviously. But some guys just like the looks. And it is a beautiful knife. Especially this one, 6061 polished aluminum handle. It's gorgeous. It is a throwback and an ode to butterfly knives. Right? It looks cool. That's the primary philosophy of use. Guy can't own one, he's going to buy this. Maybe he wants to look cool. And actually, on Cold Steel's website, they talk about this. He's like, hey man, you want to look cool or have that balisong look with this knife clipped to your belt, your pocket? There you go. We call it second cool. We can't criticize it because you and I both have weird things we like. Not that this is weird, but some guys will dig it for that alone. How about EDC? You're tuning into my show. My opinion, here it is. No way. I mean, I've had these since 2011. How many times have I carried either of these knives EDCing? Goose egg. None. Here's why. I mean, I already showed you. I introed with the whole thing. Is the deployment of it. And notice this, it has differential springs on it. It's a slip joint operation, you know, spine lock, whatever you want to call it. When it opens up, it's always going to open up like this. So notice the sharpened edge will stay enclosed within the handle until this comes out. And because this spring now is stronger, that will open up last. That's a cool thing. I mean, don't get me wrong. As far as two-handed operation goes, and that is the problem, by the way, it's fine. But two-handed operation ain't what I want. For EDC, it certainly isn't what I want for a tactical or fighting blade. There you go, dude. I mean, seriously. What do I have? I don't have any big folding tactical knives near me, so sorry I don't. Well, I have this because it's a bracketed review. I mean, look how fast that thing comes out. It's not even waveable. It's not an auto. It's just a well-designed, balanced manual action folding knife. Single-handed operation, right? Heck, you can shake it out if you want. All kinds of ways to deploy it. Hey, but I want to convert mine into balisong. I think if you do convert it and you get practice, it makes a lot more sense for EDC, or heaven forbid you want to use it as a defensive knife. I just don't recommend them. You know, it's like I said, there's so many other better choices. So here we go, folding knife. Let's see if the differential works. It'll be the blade, the sharpened edge first, and then the handle will enclose it. I mean, as far as the operation goes, it's cool, but EDC, we're talking philosophy of use, no way. Collectible, I wouldn't do it. Gift, maybe. And you got to understand this, as I just represent my viewpoints. That's all I know how to do. And some guys totally look at that and go, "Oh, I love it. I love it." That's all I'll say on application. How about size, weight, and feel? This one, the 6061, 8.2 ounces. It is a huge blade, though, relatively speaking. 5.5 inches. I told you I had some good things to say, and since we're talking about blade, I'll just do it here. I actually love the blade shape. It's a leaf blade, kind of elliptical, and the reach on both of these knives for their weight. That is a huge plus for both of these knives. This thing only weighs, well, I shouldn't say only, it's 8.2 ounces. It's something. But that's a big blade, almost 6 inches long. If it was deployed and you had it in your hand like this, I have no doubt in my mind it's going to be a super strong and super deadly weapon if you needed such a thing in your life. And speaking of strong, go check out Cold Steel's test on the Paradox. They're stabbing through body armor. They're going through boots. They're slicing tires. They're going through freaking car hoods with this. It's OS 8A steel, by the way. This one is 5.8 ounces, the Gryvery version, 4.5 inch blade. Again, I love the blade style on this. If it came out with one hand, oh, cool. I mean, Cold Steel, what you should do, honestly, is do an OTF Paradox. How's that for an idea? You have this exact same blade, the exact same sizes, and you do an out the front auto and keep the price low. If you want to put it in Gryvery, that's fine. It's basically a reinforced Zytel. And actually, I like this better than the aluminum one. It feels better. I think I like the looks a little bit better. It's cool. You know, you could make it a folder, although I think the leaf blade, I'm talking about like a manual action folder. I'm not sure how that would interface with a thumb stud. Might look kind of weird, and this knife kind of is about the looks. Belly, yep, freaking wicked sharp out of box. Oh my gosh, are these things sharp. Taiwanese produced, really nice job. Hollow grind on the OS 8A. I mean, the blades themselves are really excellent. Speed, not so much. No, we've covered that. There is no lockup because they're just pinned to the handle. So when I'm holding it, there's your lockup right there. I mean, they have like a guide right here, a handle guide that it will mate here. Let me get that to focus. And so that way it won't bend apart your handle halves. It's all good. Cool. And speaking of strong again, I think Cold Steel hung like 200 pounds off theirs. The knife was kind of bending, but it didn't give way, and their point in doing that is, hey, it's not going to fold on you and cut your fingers. Talked about the handles pretty much. There's no jimping. There's really no traction. That's kind of the problem when you go with what I perceive to be a classic design. Not really ergonomically modern, but you're just not going to have that stuff. Ergonomics, therefore, are limited, shall we say. Clip design is pretty good. However, you're going to have a fair amount protruding from your pocket. Kind of like that right there. Yeah, I like the clip though. I mean, it's cool. Polished. The black one would be better. I've reviewed so many Cold Steel knives that I would choose over this. I mean, the Spartan, the Voyager series, the Black Rhino even. Take your pick. I mean, the Code 4. Oh, those are great knives. Hall of Famers all in TMP. Not this one. No. Yeah, I can't like them all. I mean, you just get the truth. That's all I know how to do here. Durability will be pretty dang good. I mean, it's got no locking mechanism. And it basically has fixed blade strength once it is deployed. The Cold Steel Paradox, right? Which might throw in another philosophy of use, to be totally honest. You could probably baton all day long with this big knife right here. I mean, there's nothing to fail here. Maybe you'd be surprised and it comes loose, but I kind of doubt it. You could probably thump on it. Camp knife? Maybe? Again, kind of too funky for me. Value. Look at the top. Well, we'll just tell you. It's cutleryshop.com. I mean, if you're going to buy Cold Steel, cutleryshop.com has the best prices. They hook TMPers up with free shipping. Use code Nutnfancy, by the way. So if you dig it, go get it, man. Or, go get a Voyager or some other great Cold Steel products. Code 4. There you go. I mean, fine motor skills, to me, in my normal life, are limited. You put me under stress. They're even more in, short supply. Mbali song, butterfly knife, in and of itself, fine motor skill to do it. I get practice. I'm so fast. I'm so good. Everybody on the internet, when they're commenting, is good. I understand that. This is like a whole thing all by itself. The two-handed goofy deployment. Nah, there's no cool factor for me. Great blade shapes and lengths, and actually SAWC notwithstanding. I'm sorry, guys. It's just going to be kind of a low likability scale. I'm done. See ya.